Well, as you've noticed, we have lost an individual along the way. Heather has bowed out of being in the Rick and Morty reactions, and instead, it's just going to be me and Micah, which I don't mind. I mean, Heather made her choice. She said that she didn't much care for Rick and Morty, which, her choice. I mean, I'm not gonna give her crap over it. Why would I? I mean, it's not like the world's ending. I mean, I know there's gonna be comments down below. It's like good riddance, and I'm just like, why you gotta be like that? Oh well. Anyway, we are now starting season 2 of Rick and Morty, and I gotta say, so far, you seem pretty interested. Well, fairly interested.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I've definitely never seen a show like it. Some of it's just really off the wall weird, like off-putting weird. But then there are some legitimately funny moments. I mean, I will never fail to laugh at the line where they shoot those bug guys. It's like, they're bureaucrats, Morty. I don't respect them.
It's like, Rick, they're not robots. They're bureaucrats, Morty. That I don't respect them. What's the difference? Yeah, and so far I'm having fun reliving this, and when we get to season 3, I haven't seen any of season 3. I've actually tried to stay as spoiler free as I can. The only thing I know from season 3 is Pickle Rick, which I'm not sure where the hell that goes. It's just the image of Rick as a pickle. I'm like, okay, but what's the... Never mind, I'm just going to wait.
I've seen it everywhere. I don't understand it.
I don't either. So...
I mean, I've learned some stuff now, and I still like his Wubba Lubba Dub Dub.
Yeah.
I've heard that all over the place on the internet, but I'm still not compelled to run around doing that.
No. Well, you know what it means.
Of course, I'm not in great pain, so I guess...
Yeah. Wubba Lubba Dub Dub means I am in great pain.
Thanks,
Bird person. Yeah. Literally, that's his name, Bird person.
Pretty sure he ran off with a high school age girl, which is a little creepy.
Well, I mean, honestly, if she's of age, if she's 18, I mean...
How old is Bird person now? How old are birds?
I don't know. I really don't know. These are questions that I didn't think I'd be wondering about today.
I'm not wondering too hard.
Okay, let's... Yeah, a Rickle in time. Yes, we're back to the Rick puns. Yeah, the Rick name puns. So we have a Rickle in time synced up here. Let's get on screen, which we do, and let's give it a watch.
You really should be cleaning from top to bottom.
I know how to vacuum, Mom and Dad, Summer. I've been doing it for 6 months.
Then you've been doing it wrong for 6 months. Oh my God, is that mildew?
It's not my fault we froze time on a humid day.
All right, listen, you two. We froze time for a pretty long time, so when I unfreeze it, the world's time is gonna be fine, but our time's gonna need a little time to, stabilize.
Our time is gonna be unstable? What does that even mean?
It means relax and stop being a pussy, Morty.
Wait a minute, what?
Away we go!
When we pulled up, I could have sworn the house was completely trashed.
Negative visualization, Jerry. Explains a lot about where you're at. Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Dad. Summer, Morty, are you okay?
Why don't you guys go get a free Sunday ice cream? Get out there and get some ice creams. Here's $500 cash and unmarked monies. I'm just gonna put it on the floor and kick it on over to you. You guys go nuts.
Sweetie, is your shirt on backwards?
Yeah, I like it this way. I'm not stupid.
Jerry.
Just to be clear, it was Summer's job to put the mattress under...
What? It was your job, Morty.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
We told Morty to replace all the bank's money with cookies. Your job was to put the mattress under Mr. Benson.
Hey, don't shove me!
Did it.
Uh-oh.
What's your problem?
What's yours?
Shut up.
You shut up!
Whoa, what the hell? Oh, God, I don't know. What did you guys just do?
What did who do? Wait, what am I saying?
Our time is fractured. You two somehow created a feedback loop. We're exactly like a man capable of sustaining a platonic friendship with an attractive female coworker. We're entirely hypothetical.
But I thought there were infinite timelines. My God!
Are those cats?
I
Guess
assume
whose
they're
cat?
Schrodinger's cats. Actually, people are and aren't, just like us.
Is the world gone? Where are Mom and Dad?
Your parents get to exist. They're probably living it up in some pointless grounded story about their marriage.
Cold Stone Creamery is the best. What should we do with our...
I agree. Cold Stone Creamery is probably the best. Bambi, no!
What happened?
I hit a deer! We have to tell the cops you were driving.
What?
This is rum raisin!
You idiot.
It's still alive.
Look, there's no time to hold me accountable, Morty. Like, literally no time. Look around. Uncertainty is inherently unsustainable. Eventually, everything either is or isn't. And we've got about 4 hours to be is. Or we isn't. And away we go! What the hell is wrong with you two? You're both all over the damn place. We've been split for 20 minutes and your lives are already scattered to the quantum wind? What the hell do either of you two have to be so uncertain about? Your brand of zit cream? Which chair to sit in while I do everything? I see what's
Jesus.
happening here. You're both young, you're both unsure about your place in the universe. You both want to be Grandpa's favorite. I can fix this. You're both pieces of shit. Yeah, I can prove it mathematically. Actually, let me grab my whiteboard. This has been a long time coming anyway.
That's odd. This deer's wounded.
Yeah, I was there. You don't have to rub it in.
I mean, it's been shot with a gun.
My gun.
May I help
It's like a
you,
soap
sir?
opera.
No, this deer belongs to me.
We don't have time for this, okay? I need anesthetic and deer saline.
You're both equally mercurial, overly sensitive, clingy, hysterical bird brain homunculi. And I honestly can't even tell the two of you apart half the time because I don't go by height or age. I go by amount of pain in my ass, which makes you both identical. This time, be like Grandpa.
You mean drunk?
What's that? You got something to say? Away we go. Away we go. Oh my god. Oh
What?
my god. The son of a bitch is gonna kill me.
What?
The son of a bitch is gonna kill me.
What?
Vocal, unfeeling sociopath. He thinks he can save his own skin by using the crystal to kill me. He probably figures it's easier to eliminate one of the possibilities rather than merge them. You see that? Get down! I told you! He's a psycho! He's lost it! The time fracture must have been...
Yeah, he's literally, like, anytime he fires, it's in the other plane of exist. Shit.
Is this what you want, you sick? You want to see children die? Is this where you think I'm going? You think I'm standing here? Well, maybe you're right.
Holy now what?
We put you in a dog crate because you were acting crazy and you caused another time fracture.
You tried to kill yourself.
Only in self-defense. Myself tried to kill me first. Guys, I don't expect you to understand.
Well, we're still not gonna let you out of this crate.
Fine, I'll just do it myself.
Why didn't you?
Because I waited until I was certain it was what I wanted to do, Morty. And
Hey, quit yelling! Quit yelling! What the? Your time is all ripped up to hell. You broke your time twice. How you think you're gonna move time while you're standing in it, you dumbass three-dimensional monkey-ass dummies?
Oh, way to go, Rick!
Yeah, Grandpa, way to go.
what, you're just gonna listen to this guy now? He's got a giant testicle for a head. What?
Put the damn collars on if you want to live.
They're on right now.
All right, fine. Summer Morty, put him on.
And there we go.
Yes!
We're
No
back.
more cats!
Problem
No more
solved.
cats!
How long exactly do we have to wear these things? They're really embarrassing.
Well, since you're going to time prison, I'd say you can keep them on forever.
Time prison? You stole a
Ke-
time freezing crystal from
Keegan.
testicle
That's
monsters?
Keegan.
I would have been happy to
Keegan
pay
Peele.
for it, Summer, but
AKA
they don't
Mr.
exactly sell them at
Aaron.
Costco. Get him!
No, you better keep back. Man, this will turn your ass into a third trimester fetus from 30 yards. Uh-huh. No, Earth, dude. I'm talking about, yeah, with the dinosaurs. If you get to the dolphin people, you're going too far.
Why are you doing this?
You think I want to be an omniscient, immortal being transcending time and space my whole life? I got ambitions, man. Bringing you guys in is my ticket up.
What if I told you there's a huge ticket up right behind you?
Sound logic.
Oh, God, gross and weird!
Chris! You killed my gun!
Summer, Morty, take
You
off
killed
the
my
collars.
gun.
What the hell are you doing?
Good question. I'm not certain.
Yeah, I'm 100% not sure about anything!
Yeah, totally uncertain. Beat his ass! Get him! Beat him up!
Die, mother-
I'm defeated!
What's happening?
Time is falling apart. We've got to get back to certainty quick. I'm not an idiot. I know how to be decisive. Now hand me that flathead screwdriver. Actually, make it a flathead. Oh, shit.
Where are we going?
One last stop.
Where's the helicopter?
There is no helicopter. And there is no Servine Institute.
But the top deer surgeon.
I'm looking at her.
Just sitting there eating Cold Stone Creamery.
chair.
Put him on. We're out of time. It's ironic, huh?
Huh? Wait a minute!
Great.
Rick!
What's going on?
The collar! Oh, the latch is broken! It won't latch closed around my neck!
Fine, bring it here.
Oh, Rick!
Morty! Oh, really, Morty? Well, I'm sorry. I'm not the one who's so uncertain about everything. God damn it.
Rick! Oh,
Morty, where's your collar? I'll fix it.
I dropped it!
What the hell?
What have you done to me, Morty?
I'm okay with this. Be good, Morty. Be better than me. The other collar! I'm not okay with this! I am not okay with this! Oh, sweet Jesus, please let me live! Oh my God, I gotta fix this thing! Oh Lord, hear my prayers! Yes! You God! Not today, bitch! Yes, I did it! There is no God in your face! One die!
Only when he doesn't want there to be one. Oh, well.
Hey, wait a second. How come you guys took longer to get here?
I don't know. I think like 1/64th of my collars didn't work, but I feel like one of the 64 Ricks like sacrificed himself for me. Maybe. I think.
Shut up, Morty. The last time you felt something, we all almost died. You little piece of shit.
Where did you guys get those necklaces from? Lady Gaga, table for 3, am I right? Are you guys Power Rangers? But only on one small part of your necks? Hey, do those things need batteries? Are those chokers from the 90s? What is this, a 90s nostalgia thing?
Oh,
you guys in that movie,
God.
The Craft? Perusa Ball?
All right, after credit scene, here we go.
Hey, man, when the hell were you?
Looking for you, asshole!
I told you past the dinosaurs.
You know how much time has passed the dinosaurs? Half of all time! There he is! Stop! So that's the guy, huh?
Yeah, that's him. Hey, man, remember me? I got something for your ass. Don't someone mess with time. You don't with time, mother.
I will mess with time.
Okay, so yeah. There's a oh, did it start up the next episode? Yes, it did. Okay, so you ever been indecisive about something? Like really, like to the point of where you're actually almost like fighting with yourself?
I mean, I'm sure everybody has. I can't really think of anything.
Me, I was really indecisive one time about this piece of piece of furniture. Like it was a $10 difference between this one recliner and this one love seat. It was like a $10 difference. It was like $10 more for the love seat, but at the same time, the recliner was so comfortable, and I couldn't literally. I was arguing with myself after I made the purchase. It was just like, man, more people could have sat on the love seat, but the recliner's so comfortable, man. It's like, but yeah, dude, do you want to just sit in that chair by yourself? It's like, but honestly, it's my place to sit and everything, and I just feel like I mean I'd like a recliner, and it's just like no man, the love seat would have just made so much more sense, and I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, just okay, tell you what, take it back and try out the love seat, see how that feels. And then I'm just like, but I've already got the recliner, and taking back the love seat, and it's just like I was arguing with myself constantly over it. I've had moments where I'm like that, where I'm very indecisive and I can't make up my freaking mind about what I want to do. And honestly, it's nuts. It's nuts whenever it comes to that. But also, you notice that he had the one fourth dimensional being had his friend come along. That was a Peel. It was Key and Peel both.
I assumed as much after you told me that one was Key.
Yeah, and Peel, unbelievably, is the movie Get Out. Have you seen it yet? That's actually one I think for Renegade Masterpiece Theater we're gonna have to watch, because I really think you'd like it just because of how unsettling it can be at sometimes. And honestly, I just there's just a lot of stuff that I really, now that we're moved into the new place, I'd really like to take time and actually like watch more stuff, But that's just me. So what'd you think for a first season, or for a first episode of the season?
I thought it was nothing really too heavy.
Well, other than Rick, making a sacrifice. I mean, when in the hell does Rick ever make a sacrifice for Morty?
Well, I mean, he only had to do it in 1/64th of the time. So.
Well, yeah, but who's to say that?
We've previously established he's actually pretty attached to Morty, whether he wants to admit it or not.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think he's afraid to. I think he's afraid to admit he feels something.
Sure.
And he just keeps zonking out with liquor and.
It is kind of a fun idea, like where they all merge back and he had like 64 sets of memories like that.
Well,
that's kind of fascinating because there's a webcomic called The Adventures of Dr. McNinja.
Oh.
And he has various degrees, and how he went about that is he was cloned. They all went and got separate degrees, and then they had a clone merger, so he would be back to his original state, but with
64, or with all the memories and all the experience of the others. It's kind of like the whole shadow clone thing that Naruto did in the Naruto manga and comic, or manga and anime. There was a technique that was told he was told it would take at least like 5 years to learn. And what he did was he separated himself out into like 200 clones. Oh yeah, and just and what it was is he had to cut a leaf in half with just his wind chakra, his chakra that he could summon that was wind infused. And when one clone figured it out, it would dispel, and immediately all the other clones would get that. All the other shadow clones would get that knowledge, and then they would all learn. And whenever someone else learned something, boom, he'd dispel that clone, and it just kept going like that. And thus, he learned a technique that would normally take 5 years in about a week, because he was capable of so many shadow clones. You see, multi. There's actually a theory about multiple personality disorder, not like schizophrenia, not like where it's where it's one or two, where it's like two, your mind is kind of like telling you to do certain things. But there's actually a theory about multiple personality disorder that a person can have complete knowledge of one thing, and then whenever another personality takes over, they have no knowledge of what they had, but yet they have an entirely different expertise. And it's the movie Split actually goes over it a little bit. It kind of takes a cartoonish look at it.
Is multiple personality disorder, is it actually that, like, it seems awfully clean cut in movies.
Well, in terms of how it is in movies, they take a lot of the mental breaks. They take a lot of the stuff that exists in the real world that causes it, and also some of the side effects of it. But because there's for certain people, there's such a thing as bleed over, and what that is during one person's time as another personality will fight for control, and it's all because of an experience that person goes through. Like say, for instance, one of the personalities is afraid of spiders, and the one personality experiences a spider. The other one, out of fear, will attempt to take over and like run away or try and kill the spider. It's strange how it works sometimes. I mean, there's been all sorts of cases of like a person with 2 or 3 different personalities, but I've heard of some people having as much as like 5. The movie Split, it's really weird because that person in that movie had like 12 or no, not 12. It was like 20 multiple, and like his body changed with each personality. Like literally, there were a few of them that were diabetics and actually had to have insulin or they would suffer. There were some that thought they were women. There were some that had had different levels of strength. There was one that was a kid that had no strength at all, but was very very like.
Was that the James McAvoy movie?
Yep, James McAvoy. That was a killer performance. Even though it's not to that degree.
Yeah, I don't think it actually
No, it doesn't work like that at all. Even though that, but James McAvoy killed it as all those characters.
I feel like from a writing perspective, that prospect is really fascinating.
Oh, it is. It is. And you see, the human brain is such a complex thing. I mean, it's just like the movie Awakenings. You ever seen it? There were these people that, I think it was a strain of polio that they didn't get immunized for, and it pretty much caused them to have micro seizures that eventually made them into vegetables. And from them being vegetables, they were vegetables the majority of their life. And then all of a sudden, Andrew, I think Dr. Andrew Sachs, I believe is his name, gets this new drug called L-Dopa. It was sort of an artificial dopamine, and what he did was he started giving it to these patients, and well, he realized that some of the patients had little triggers. Like, for instance, there were these certain patients that if you sat them around a table and you put cards in their hand and you laid down one card in the middle of the table, they would all just start throwing cards down at random. And then there was another one, music. Music, it reinitiated their motor functions. Case in point, there were these people that whenever you started playing like Mozart, they would start like motor function, like eating. The motor function of eating would happen. And then the same thing with like other forms of music. Like there was this one person, they couldn't get to move no matter what music they played. And well, in the movie, they played Jimi Hendrix's Purple Haze, and all of a sudden he just started moving and started eating. And one of the orders is just like, I tried everything, but this worked for him. And eventually he gives them L-Dopa, and he gives them what many would consider a overdose, but by doing that, he does it to one, like in the movie, the doctor's played by Robert De Niro, or not Robert De Niro, by Robin Williams. And the patient that wakes up is played by Robert De Niro. And Robert De Niro is pretty much a child who has been stuck in this body and has done nothing but age. And eventually he wakes up, like Robin Williams is sitting there by his bed after he gives him like the big dose of L-Dopa, and eventually like Robert De Niro, Robin Williams falls asleep next to the bed. He wakes up and the bed's empty, and then here's Robert De Niro walking around and sitting at a and he sits down at a table, and he like etches out his name like very slowly and very shoutily, because he hasn't written in almost 20 some odd years. And it's such a brilliant movie because it shows you even though these people are trapped in these bodies, they still have a fully functioning brain. It's just due to the neuroreceptors not working properly, they're not able to do anything. It's pretty much their body has been on lockdown. And he does this with all the patients, and all the patients wake up, and actually some of them ask, it's just like, who won the World Series back in 19 something? Because he was really interested to see if his home team would win the World Series. And unfortunately, after getting L-Dopa for a limited amount of time, eventually it stopped working, and they went back to being vegetables. And it was considered a medical miracle for a certain amount of time, but eventually, things went back to the way they were. And it just goes to show you that even though someone may be a vegetable, someone may not be able to communicate, someone may not be able to do anything, they're still a human being. And if they had the ability to speak, if they had the ability to, communicate with you, I bet you'd learn a lot. Well, I've learned a lot about the human condition by reading up on different mental impairments and everything, and it scares me just how diverse the human brain can be. It's just like dealing with guilt, especially. Dealing with guilt, the human brain can sometimes just like, it's just like people develop tumors because of not dealing with stress.
Stress will kill people.
Oh yeah. If not by a heart attack, they'll develop a tumor in their brain and they'll die. I mean, That's just how it is. But yeah, this conversation went somewhere I did not expect. So yeah, this was Rick and Morty. Oh yeah, it is pretty dark. But honestly, this was fun, and I can't wait to for you to see the rest of season 2, because a lot of people say season 2 is the best season.
Okay.
Because I've seen season 2, and there's some parts of this, dude, that just get they get not just dark, but they get deep. I mean, really like guttural. You can feel it. But all right, that's.
Deer, all up in there.
It's like, I will pull your dear soul from heaven and bring you back.
That's how deep we're gonna feel.
Oh yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it. This was Renegades React to Rick and Morty Season 2, Episode 1. We'll see you later, everyone. Peace out.